He's not just your son, it's our son.
Yeah.
And a point made here by Vicky, who's got in touch, and she said, I think men should pay 50% of the cost of raising a child, whether they live in the same house or not.
But
I mean,
they
the
do,
penny
don't
should
they?
drop
Well,
on that.
no, they don't pay 50%.
Yeah.
The child support rules, which deal with the maintenance for children, because people get very confused. There's maintenance for a wife or a husband if they're eligible, and then there's maintenance for a child, which now is dealt with by the child support rules by the CMS. And they have a calculation that they do. It's not 50% of people's income. It is a specific criteria that's put in, and for some people who earn by way of dividends and bits and pieces, that criteria can be manipulated in a way that they pay much less.
So every case is different,
Every
really.
case is different,
And
but in
it's
this
quite
case...
confusing, isn't it? I can understand why you feel so badly represented with the story of the gold digger and the wife who's come back for more money, because actually when you look at the case more closely, you didn't go back for more money.
He did, but he went back because there was a case called Right and Right about 2 years ago where Mr. Wright went back and said, I'm retiring, it's about time maintenance stopped. And the courts in that case said, you're quite right, Mrs., get off your backside and go out and get a job. It's about time you did. So you've got this dichotomy between that case where her husband thought he could rely on that case as a precedent, and this case where she cannot meet the shortfall. And what the test is, if you cannot be independent and cannot look after yourself despite all efforts, that shortfall has to be met.
Right. Your ex-husband is watching this interview. He said, I respect the need for privacy. This is from Graham Mills. And he said, when a marriage breaks down, I'm very aware that Maria and I have an adult son who's already conscious of the media interest in all of this. I'm choosing to respect the need for privacy. But if allegations are made or there are factual inaccuracies in what Maria presents, I do reserve the right to reply or respond, which, of course, you will get, Graham. But the sort of money we're talking about, to many people, would seem a lot of money. In terms of what, 15 grand a year or so, which Graham has to pay you, is that sort of money that's going to break him for life?
No, Graham, he's a director of 5 different companies, and according to his website, he employs 62 staff. He's performed over 800 projects. So no, I don't think this is a man that's
Although, Vanessa, people would say it's not about what you can afford, it's about what's right.
It is,
isn't
and
it?
if somebody is capable of earning sufficient monies that they don't need that support, they will not get the maintenance. So you have some women who say, I've worked my guts out and I'm being punished because I've worked my guts out and can earn my own living, and I'm not eligible for any maintenance. And the woman down the road doesn't work at all and has never worked, and she gets a huge wad. But every case is different.
Yeah.
But there is a sea change in most cases where women won't get maintenance for life, and you have to be very careful assuming that as a woman you will, and also you have to, as a man, be very careful just to assume that you'll be able to cut off maintenance to your wife if she's not able to earn her own.
Well, Vanessa, as you say, every case is different.